I thought the effort really was there defensively the entire night. I think the difference was they hit, for lack of a better term, they were hitting some contested threes early. And then on the rebounding, they were getting a lot of long rebounds that they didn't get later in the game. What were the adjustments that you made?
Well, I mean, yeah, I thought we were playing hard. I didn't think we were playing smart, and you know, it's one of those things. Basketball, like effort, just gives you a shot. When you can play smart, you know, when you can play connected, that's when things change. And we didn't communicate at all in the first half. I mean, some of the things that we were doing, the breakdowns we were having, it was just simple communication. And that's a part of our defense. This group's played hard all year. You know, I mean, there's very few times where I've looked at them and thought, you know what, these guys don't want to play hard. It's just we've got to buy into the vital element of communication, especially as you get late in the year. There's so many different, like everybody's going to be more sophisticated in their offense. They're going to have a bigger play package. They're going to be better at what they've run all year. And so you're going to have to open your mouth and you're going to have to communicate. And I thought we really struggled there earlier.
I don't know how many games going back at it that the Garrett's come off the bench, but it seemed like in the moments when you needed him and you needed somebody to step up in the second half, he was there getting an offensive rebound or making a free throw. He was literally keeping you in it. Can you just talk about his performance?
Yeah, I think, you know, first of all, let's be clear. Like Garrett coming off the bench was not a punitive decision. It was really, you know, it's clear how people are playing us, right? Like they're painting Garrett, they're painting Ben, and so, you know, for us, we put Garrett at the 4 a lot of the year, but it's also gets him out of what he does best, which is run our offense from the high post and from the triggers. And so over the last couple of days, we just thought, you know, let's let him play a little 5. Like the league is a little smaller at the 5. People are downshifting. Let's see if he can get some confidence about navigating our offense. And so it was really about that. Like, hey, let's bring him off the bench. Let's let Chuck play at the 4 so he can space it a little bit. And then, you know, Garrett's somebody that I always feel like Garrett's best when he's got something to prove. And I thought he played like that tonight. I thought you saw that clear with the dunk early in the game. And I thought he had some fire to him. And that's when he's at his best, right? And so for us to get to the mountaintop and for us to get to our best, he's got to be a part of that. We got to have a third guy. You know, like all great teams, you got third guys. This can't just be everything on Nick and PJ's shoulders. Like people can guard that. But when you have a third guy step up, you know, that stuff is huge. And so Garrett was a clear third guy tonight. I thought Tom House gave us some tremendous minutes as well. And as people are starting to play us and how we're going to have to do some adjustments, we're going to have to play a little smaller at times. And, you know, that's how we ended up finishing the game tonight and won us the game.
You talk about Tom House. I thought maybe his shot, as good as well as Nick Anderson played, I think maybe Tom House made the shot of the night. Like I would say with the momentum right there. You just talk about what we don't see maybe in practice and you know what's made you most proud of him.
Yeah, I think with Tom, you know, I've known Tom for a while. We were recruiting really hard out of high school. I think that, you know, sometimes people don't understand, like, when you're at a place, you don't play as much for 2 years, like, hey, we all get better about playing. And then you transfer and you learn a new system and you got to go out there and you got to get your confidence back and you got to restore all that. You know, I think he's had to work through that, and that's normal. That's not anything that's not, you know, surprising. That's normal. And, you know, I got on him early in the game because he had some wide open shots that he just didn't take. Mm-hmm. And I want him out there playing with confidence. You know, when he believes in him, like, he's a really good player. When he gets down on himself and he gets frustrated, then he starts to second guess himself and he gets a little bit passive. And you know, again, talking about Garrett's involvement, I think it's the same thing true for him. Like, for us to get to the mountaintop, he's got to be like Tom House has to be a key part of this. And I thought that in October, I thought that in December, I think that in February, and I'll think that, you know, for the rest of the season. And so to see what he's been able to do in some of these games here lately, it's been pretty encouraging for us to continue to tie him into what we're doing game plan wise.
In a game like this, you ever in timeouts, you know, as a coach, just encourage your team in a manner that, like, this team that you're playing, they were just in an overtime game and they're thinking about it, and you're the more veteran team. Do you ever tell your team that in the huddle? Does that make a difference?
I mean, I don't think it's really about the other team. I think it's about what we have to do, you know. And I thought that, you know, we kind of had like man, what's going on out here? Look to us. And, you know, you can't ever have that. Like, I mean, Coach Kraft, I really believe, is one of the best coaches in the region. And his teams are always going to be sound. They're always going to play with tremendous effort. They're always going to get better. And we knew it. I mean, we knew it was going to be a hard game. And I think it was one of those situations where you got to, like, what you expect is going to expand. And if you're out there thinking, like, what's going on, man, this isn't going our way, well, like, it's probably going to get worse. But if you go out there and say, hey, you know what, like, we just got to go win the next 4 minutes. Like, we got to get back to doing what we do and get the focus internally, right? Don't live outside in, like, live inside out, like, change it. And that's what I was pleading with them all night, like, you know, you got to change this and, you know, figure out what we have to do to get these stops. And they were driving us hard, man. I mean, that's what a lot of people have been doing, you know, like, hey, just deck them. And, you know, we're sound positionally. We're pretty sound most of the time in screening actions, but hey, you know, you can get them off the bounce. And I thought finally we got a group out there that was able to guard these guys off the bounce while we weren't chasing plays all night. And I thought, fortunately, we figured it out in just enough time.
Final question is, the team obviously is better at the line tonight. Probably not the 70% you'd like, but just talk about, particularly Garrett Hean, I thought, made some big free throws.
Yeah, I mean, these guys can shoot free throws. I mean, it's mental. It's just, you got to go up there, just like we talked about a little while ago. You got to believe in it. And